say that in cases where public money is misused within government institutions, relevant authorities should go for individuals responsible for the misappropriation of the public funds rather than the institutions themselves. And as Mevin Getembe now reports, Gathungu was speaking during the Public Finance Management Reporting Framework Sensitization Program.
During the Sensitization Program on Public Management Reporting Framework, Auditor General Nancy Gathungu has said that the second assessment program will be conducted with openness and accountability to seal gaps of corruption among government institutions.
I believe we have improved from the last assessment, but we shall wait and see, because I like speaking from figures and facts. Ladies and gentlemen, the Constitution of Kenya requires us to ensure that there is openness and accountability, including public participation in financial matters. It also requires us to ensure that our public finance management system promotes an equitable society and that there is clear fiscal reporting. I'll take this opportunity to add that, Jonah, there's still a big group of institutions that we must bring on board when we are auditing, that we must separate from mainstream state departments or MDAs, like the tribunals. We are still mapping out in the Office of the Auditor General that we want them, because they have secretariats and they get budgets, that they prepare separate financial statements, and I will be reaching out to the Public Sector Accounting Standards Board.
On the other hand, a counterpart and financial advisor Kenneth Matiba has acknowledged that the tools used could facilitate comparison, act as a game changer, and could help in understanding the PMF feedback program.
What we just wanted to do is to give the Kenya scenario, the picture where we are, what we're doing. Of course, we've been using PFM to evaluate PFM systems. There are quite a number of limitations. As I go through the presentation, you'll be able to see that. And also the reform areas around it.
Budget and Appropriation Committee Chair Ndidi Nyoro has said that if the government has to borrow money, then that money should be directly used to foster development, as this will benefit Kenyans.
The other countries are borrowing 1% less or 2%. This affects my grandmother, and that is what our development partners must know. It is not just macro figures. It affects my grandmother who doesn't know what GDP is. It affects my other grandfather in Nyando, the other one in Coast, who doesn't care what inflation is, and the other jargons that we use. Because just imagine if we were just priced fairly. The monies we are allocating to CFS, if our borrowing cost just went down by half only, and even half would be multiples of what other countries borrow at, we will free more than 400 billion to build roads, we'll free all that money to do housing. We will actually not be having the housing levy.
Mevin Getembe, Look Up TV, Nairobi.
Moving forward, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua on Monday said that Kenya is actively exploring a partnership with the United Arab